Guys. So another book I'll be reviewing today is The Mistletoe Marriage by Jeanne Allan or Jeanne Allan. Anyone? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. So this book, before I give my honest review, as usual, let's talk about these characters, right? Let's talk about these people involved in this book. So this book is about Justin and Kat, right? Justin and Kat have been married for 3 years, but they've only spent 1 year together. The remaining 2 years was spent apart. Why? Because Kat decided that after 1 year of marriage, she ran away. She ran away. She did not give her reasons. She just up and left. Being a girl that is from a rich home that always have or gets whatever she asks for, she felt that her husband was going to come running. Her husband, being a cowboy in charge of a ranch, part owner of a ranch, not just in charge, part owner of a ranch, doesn't have that kind of time. I mean, when you're thinking of how you want to clean out the stalls for your horses, you want to check the cows and all of that, and you're thinking of your wife that just decided that she wanted to leave without having a discussion with you or a conversation with you, the guy chose to take care of his farm, or his ranch rather. So this book started when Justin's uncle told Kat, she came to visit him in the hospital when he had surgery, right? I think he had a fall, right? She went to visit him at the hospital, and he was like, I want to write my will, but I would like you to come back home, and if you don't do that, I'm going to will the ranch to Justin's cousin. She was like, but that's not fair. 1/3 of the ranch belongs to Justin's mom, which automatically belongs to Justin, right? And 2/3 belongs to you. It was like, I've said what I said. If you're not coming back to the ranch, I'm willing everything to Justin's cousin, which I think his name is Liam. Can't really remember. It's been a while I read this book. I think his cousin's name is Liam, right? So Kat thought about the whole thing. Somebody that decided she wanted to leave her house without giving reasons for why she's leaving. She felt like, if I go back to this house and I'm falling hands, so like I'm falling my hands now. Like, this guy did not even come looking for me, so why am I going back? But because I love him so much, yeah, she actually did love Justin. Right? So she was like, okay, let me just do this because I don't want him to lose out on this ranch. He has worked his whole life, he has his whole life is this ranch, right? So one day she just arrived at the ranch, and Justin, being Justin, didn't say anything. She was like, can I stay here till you after Christmas, right? I was like, sure, whatever. So after Christmas, what else? She was like, let me just stay after Christmas. Okay. She just moved in. Like she did not leave. It was as if she did not leave, right? She moved back into her husband's room. So Justin's cousin, I think his name is Liam. I'm really sorry because it's been a while I read this book, right? So I think his name is Liam. He has a wife. Her name is Marilee, right? Marilee is, an epitome of a rancher's wife. She knows how to cook. She knows how to bake. She knows how to knit. She knows how to crochet. She knows how to do anything you can think of. From, all this DIY stuff. She is it, right? So she's always rubbing it on Kat's face. Kat is from a very wealthy family, not even a ranching family. She stays in New York, while Justin stays somewhere around Colorado Springs, right? So she has, when you have mates at your beck and call, like all that kind of glamorous life. That's the kind of life she has been used to. So she doesn't know how to cook, she doesn't know how to clean, she doesn't know how to do stuffs like that. But she was willing to learn because she loves Justin. So Marilyn comes, let me just give you a full round of the story. Like Marilyn, it was always making her feel less of herself, and she felt that Justin actually loves women that, are more, I won't say feminine, domesticated, let me put it that way. Those women that will always have food on the table when you're back, the person that knows how to clean, the person that knows how to wash, all those kind of stuff. So she felt that that's the kind of wife Justin would like, or that's the kind of person Justin would love to spend the rest of his life with. Mary Lee was always, saying all sort of things, throwing shades at her and all of that. Even her husband wasn't even helping matters. Now, here comes another fun part of this book. Justin has been sending his wife money. For the 2 years she left home, Justin was always sending her money every month, right? And then when Justin finds out that at a point in Marily's life she was serving as a waitress, because she didn't want her parents to know that she actually left her husband's house. She told them that she was schooling, right? So she'll be here alone for the time being because Justin has the ranch to run. She didn't want her parents to know. So she was just feeding from hand to mouth, let me put it that way. She was serving as a waitress and all of that. Justin was really surprised. He was really, really surprised when he had it. Was like, what have you been doing with the money I sent you? She was like, what money? Are you trying to make it look like you were actually caring when I was waiting for you all these years for you to show up? He was like, what do you mean? I sent you money. I sent you a whole lot of money when you were away. What do you take me for? Do you take me as a man that cannot take care of his wife just because she left the house? And she was like, I didn't receive anything. And he knows for sure that Kat is not someone that will just come and start, that lies. She doesn't lie, right? So he was like, okay. Then someone actually did take this money, because somebody has been withdrawing this money, because it's not in my account, it's not in your account, so somebody has been taking this money. Now, it got to be that this guy, his cousin, has been taking the money, because Justin actually gives the money to Liam's wife, right, to deposit the bank. Now Liam goes and take it was like will I say a joint something. The both of them actually did it, right? His wife, but Liam didn't want his wife to be put in that kind of, he took the whole blame. It was like, so yeah, the money was refunded, the part of the money that was left, because this guy was actually using the money to live La Vida Loca. He bought a horse for his wife. He got her jewelries, like I think it was a diamond or a sapphire, I think something like that. So they were thinking, being that she's from a rich home, right? She's a spoiled brat, like they see her. You were thinking she was either going to call the cops on them, or that she was going to take the horse and the diamond. But she was like, she felt really bad, because she was like, this is how much people see me, right? She told them that they should just, the balance of the money, that they should transfer it to, they should give it to a charity organization and all of that. So the book, at the end of the day, they made up. She didn't get to tell Justin the reason why she came back home. She didn't get to tell him the reason why she, decided to come back home. But and also, I don't think she even got to tell him the reason why she left, or she did tell him fully. One thing I did not like about this book was the fact that, okay, when Justin was like, I've loved you from the very first time I set my eyes on you, but I felt that you were too young, so I wanted to give you a little time, for you to be mature, then I'll come back for you. But I just couldn't hold myself, and I didn't want to be I wanted to make myself, or I wanted to be an honorable man, so I wanted to do things the right way. You get? When he said he has been in love with her, my dear, don't get me wrong, this book is very nice. Like, I actually love the book, right? I actually love this book. Actually made me stay awake, right? But when he said, I've always been in love with you, like, his actions did not show that he has always been in love with her, because there are sometimes she will make a mistake, or Marilee will say something, and then instead of listening to his own wife's reasons, or maybe she did it or she didn't do it, he just flares up and starts shouting. He was always doing opposite of things. I'm not saying he should baby his wife or anything, no, but Kat doesn't just, everybody knows she's clumsy, right? He himself knows, right? He knows she doesn't fit around the farm. She doesn't, that this girl is actually trying her best to, prove to him that she can be a rancher's wife, right? When he said he has always been in love with her, it didn't show. It didn't show at all, because he wasn't even showing it at all. He wasn't showing that he actually loved her. He was always angry with her. He was always telling her off or one thing or the other. So I did not really feel it at all. And I felt that I also felt that Kat was doing too much to prove to this guy that she actually does love him. Like, I think the effort was solely more on her side, right? It wasn't something that was reciprocated, should I put it that way? It wasn't something that was mutual. When two of you are actually proving, like, I wouldn't know, because it was more of a one-sided kind of thoughts conversation from Kat's side. I didn't get to read or hear the thoughts of Justin in the book. That is why I always say that even if I want to read an internal monologue book, right, I want it to be two ways, two-sided. If I'm hearing the female character side, I'm also hearing the male character side, so that at least I will know. Like, you will feel it, even if you don't get to know, you get to feel it. There are some books you read, even if the internal monologue, it's not two ways, you get to feel that this person actually likes this person. His attitude, the way he's showing it, like him showing it. But it didn't show. It didn't show. It didn't show. As much as he was very attracted to her, yes, it was obvious that he was very attracted to her, that he loves to have his wife around him. He loves to make out with his wife and all of that. It was very obvious. It was very obvious that he was physically attracted to his wife. But the love aspect, when he said it, I didn't believe it actually. I was like, really? You've loved her from the beginning? Is that how you show you love somebody? That was my thought. So that was just what turned me off in this book. It didn't show. It wasn't showing that he actually loved her from the beginning, as he claimed. So if I'm to rate this book, I think I'm going to give this book an 8.5, because I actually did love the book. It made me stay up. I stayed up reading it. Yeah, I stayed up. If I stayed up reading this book, yeah, I really enjoyed the book. I loved the flow. I loved the chemistry. Like I said, there was attraction between these two people. There was mad attraction. And I also love the fact that Kat can be quite mischievous. When Merrily was trying to show herself off, like, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, while Merrily was just jealous of her because she was born wealthy, she has had everything anybody can ever think of. I enjoyed the fact that she actually showed us small pepper. I enjoyed that. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to give this book an 8.5. Rereading it, yes, I'll actually read it, because the part I did not like was just towards the ending when he said he has always loved her. Yeah, that was just bad. So if I'm going to ask, I'll reread it. Will I recommend? Yes, I will recommend this book. I would definitely recommend it. It was an interesting read, especially for all these married couples or newly wedded couples that feels that their husbands or their partners, let me just put partners, are not showing them enough love, that they actually love them. That they are not showing it, not saying it. Saying you love somebody is different from showing that you love somebody, right? Especially for people that they feel that their partners are not showing them enough that they actually love them, right? And I also think that if they had communicated from the beginning, I don't know how people actually see these things. I know I communicate everything with my partner. Literally everything. How I feel. If I'm feeling too excited at this point and I feel like screaming, "Oh babe, I love you so much," I scream it out. I love to love out loud. That's the kind of person I am, so that I won't have any regrets, right? I'm not somebody that loves to regret things. So I love to do everything, go all out, right? If I'm loving with everything in me. Even if at the end of the day something happens, I know that, okay, actually I did my best, I gave this thing my all, but it did not happen. Heartbreak is inevitable, right? It's not something that you can say, oh, it's never happened. Nobody wishes for that, but it's inevitable. If Justin and Kat had said from the beginning, oh, I love you. I love you so much. I From the first time I met you, I've been in love with you. I get is a book, right? So I'm just saying this in reality. We should learn how to communicate our feelings to our individual partners. I mean, there is no, there's no, is it pride? Cannot be waiting for let this person say it first, then I will say it. I mean, if you're feeling any kind of way, say it. Loving out loud is the best act of love I think I can show, both in my relationship, both in my friendship, most of all in my spiritual life. So yeah, loving out loud, it's something I actually do a lot. So once again, if you've read this book and you have your own opinion about this book, please tell me in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to my page, Chapters and Conversation, on YouTube. Thank you very much. Until next time, happy reading. Bye.